meteorologist Majestic Storm. It's been a while, but she's here, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning to
I'm
you.
always happy to be back in the Impact Studio.
We miss you.
Because you guys always make it fun.
We do, don't we, Curly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
We make it
thanks.
fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what we're allowed to do here. Have a
Nice
little
to
bit
start
of
out,
fun.
You know, girl power.
Yep.
True.
Yeah. So, when we last checked in with you, you came back from your vacay.
You
Yeah.
were cruising.
Went on my first cruise. Everyone asked me if I'm officially a cruise girl. I don't think I would go that far because I'm such an adventurer.
Yeah.
So I think I would just rather go somewhere and spend an extended amount of
And
time
deep
and
dive there.
feel it
Yeah.
Yeah.
and learn it and I'll experience it.
Right.
But I mean, how can you complain about a cruise and a
Right.
fun little vacation? Like no
Exactly.
complaints.
No complaints.
No complaints, and it was
Yeah.
an experience that I always wanted to do in my life. So
well,
I
there you
finally
go.
got to
Check
do it.
that one off.
Yeah.
And the weather was nice anyway. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, been back for a while now from vacay. So, but yeah, do you have the post vacay vibe? Just still cruising into that?
Usually I come back from vacation and I'm so sad and I'm like, oh. But you know what?
You're ready to come back?
I was happy to come home
Yeah.
because I love where I live. And I think
She's
that
now on the lake.
that makes
That's
a
right, she's living
difference.
lake life.
That makes a difference when you love where you live.
Yeah.
It's like I
Yeah.
love vacation, but I'm also
Yeah.
grateful to be home.
I love coming back home. Ben Thompson's back as well. And I
Yes.
talked to him yesterday, and yeah, he had a
Yep.
great time. And again, he too, always happy to come back home.
Yeah.
Especially when you have weather like this, Miss
Right.
Majestic.
I know. You don't want to go anywhere.
Gorgeous, a little
So pretty.
a little cooler,
Yeah.
and tolerable. But we are in for a bit of a
We're gonna get warm.
heat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Carlene's type of weather coming your way.
I'm with it too. We're all good.
Also, really quick, I saw that you were going kayaking. Where'd you go kayaking?
I did. Whitewater Center. They
Fun.
have kayaks that you can go and rent, and we have an annual pass, so we go. And Turkey went into the water, actually on his own accord, which is huge. 'Cause he's not a water dog.
Yeah.
But he went up to his, I'll call it his knees.
Yeah.
He's got very short legs.
he's a wiener.
So, but yeah, it was huge. Greg and I were just
So
we couldn't
fun.
stop.
Proud-
We just stared at him. 'Cause we
proud
couldn't believe it was
parents.
happening.
Yes.
We're like, don't move, don't say a word.
You're like, is this really happening?
It's
Don't
really
ruin the
happening.
moment.
But
Just in time
huge.
for summer.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All
that's
right.
Water
good.
dog.
Water dog
baby.
in the making.
Water dog.
Annie, she's a great Dean. She'll go up to her right here.
Okay.
But she's not full on swimming. She
Right.
has before in her lifetime.
Yes.
But
Oh.
she's a little thick. She's a little heavy
Oh.
at the bottom, so she kind of sinks. So
She's a little
yeah.
dense.
And
She's a dense girl,
She's
but that's
a heck of
okay.
a life jacket too.
She has a life jacket.
Yes.
She looks fashionable in it. but-
Cute.
Well, that's good.
Love.
Yeah. Anyways,
All right,
let's
so,
get to the weather.
You know, we do need to, get into those temps because a lot of people will be jumping into the lake and
Yes.
kayaking and all the
All
things
the
later this
things,
weekend. Planning to
yes.
do it at least.
I'm excited to do it, but I do like the weather today because it's not too hot, it's not too cool. If you're somebody who's still wanting to get outside, you want to do some gardening, you want to plant some flowers, I'm hoping to do that in the next couple of days. The weather right now is just picture perfect. Even if you have a dog, you can walk it at any point throughout the day, today and tomorrow, but think about it as we head towards the weekend and into next week about waking up early, getting your dogs out, putting them back inside because it is going to be really hot. Too hot for them to have those afternoon walks. So 64 degrees is where we currently are right now. It is going to be a nice, pleasant, mild start to the day. It was kind of refreshing outside this morning. I like this time of the year where you still kind of feel that cool air early in the day, and it's especially nice when you get to hold on to the sunshine and temperatures will be into the 70s. So we did have a weak cold front pass through. It brought a few spotty showers late last night, early this morning, mainly to the eastern half of our state. Now for us, temperatures will drop a couple of degrees compared to yesterday. Yesterday we were at 79, today planned for low 70s, but we have bottom line 2 more days in the 70s before a stretch of summer-like weather really heads our way. It's going to be dry, hot, and eventually you'll notice a bit of humidity by next week. We'll ease you into the day though because it's going to be so gorgeous. If you need to go get a car wash, today would be a good day to do that. Temperatures back into the 70s, again low 70s, or even if your kids are home from school, maybe you have young kids, you can pack a picnic, take them to the park, and it's perfect this time of the year, at least today and tomorrow, because the slides aren't too hot or anything like that. Now this weekend, it's going to be a whole different story. Up in the mountains today, today calling for a high of only 55 there in Banner Elk, but still really a pretty day in the mountains. 57 in Blowing Rock, and then across the foothills, mainly clear skies, a mix of upper 60s and low 70s. 72 degrees out there in Morganton, 74 in Lincolnton. Here in Gastonia, about 74 as well. And then just to the south of us, we'll see those temperatures climb just a little bit warmer, right around 78 in Chesterfield. So enjoy the nice weather today. Maybe you work from home. You can open up your curtains, open up some windows, let in that nice refreshing air, because there'll also be a bit of a breeze today. So winds today occasionally gusting 20 to 25 miles an hour. Not the strongest winds, but it's nice to have a little breeze flowing through. Now overnight tonight, we will have mainly clear skies, and our temperatures tonight, they're going to get a little bit chilly. Waking up in the 40s tomorrow. Now it's going to be those mid 40s. So kind of putting things into perspective, we had 50s this morning, and then tomorrow we'll wake up to mid 40s. So probably just one of those Friday mornings where it's still going to be gorgeous, but you'll probably want at least a light jacket early in the day. Toss it aside by Friday afternoon, because by tomorrow, 78 degrees will be our high temperature. So we're starting to see those temperatures climb a little bit more. Now Saturday and Sunday, all of a sudden it is going to feel like summertime. 87 for our high on Saturday. 91 on Sunday. Do you have any plans? And if you do, they're outdoor plans. Make sure you are putting on sunblock. Don't forget to reapply, and make sure you're drinking lots of water to make sure you're staying hydrated. Notice over the next 7 days, this is not just 1 or 2 days of high temperatures, possible record-breaking warmth. This will take us into our work week next week. So Monday and Tuesday starts out very warm. On Wednesday, we start to see temperatures drop just a little bit. I mean, it's still going to be hot, but by Wednesday, we start to see some rain and storm chances form back into the forecast. Over the next 10 days, you can kind of just see that big picture perspective as to where our temperatures are going. And if you're just curious, thinking to yourself, what's the norm? Where should we be now for this time of the year? Because of course that's always changing. So right now it's 80 degrees. That would be a normal day. So today and tomorrow, we're actually below it, but no complaints, because it's still enjoyable. It's still nice, a little cooler, but when you're out in the sun, it feels warm. It can feel up to 10 degrees warmer when you're just directly in that sunshine. Overnight lows over the next 10 days look like this. So Friday morning will be kind of the last chillier day, and then those lows only drop down into the mid 60s. And I've been hearing from a lot of viewers saying they've been so enjoying opening up some of their windows, letting in that nice cool air into the overnight hours, not having to really crank your AC because it hasn't been necessary. You can do that again tonight, but then this upcoming weekend with the return of 80s and 90s throughout the daytime hours, and then really only dropping down into the mid 60s, it's going to be a bit of a different story. So here's our satellite and radar looking pretty good across the Carolinas. You can see that system kind of moving up to the north into the east. Again, that front for us, the only impacts that it'll bring will just be a couple of degrees cooler compared to yesterday. Dry conditions. I mean, we're talking about very dry, taking us into the rest of our work week, into the weekend, no rain chances. The trade-off is it's going to be really pretty, and if you like this weather, this is going to be perfect for you. But of course, we're continuing to watch those rain chances. We need them. You guys know that by now, but by Wednesday, that's when we really have our next best chance to see rain. All right, so a few things here. By next Wednesday, we know it's going to be warm. The atmosphere is going to have plenty of warmth, plenty of moisture. So the humidity, you'll notice that by next week. And when we have moisture in the atmosphere, that is conducive to help those rain showers actually develop and for the rain to fall and actually hit the ground. So when it's humid, it's more likely that we're going to have rain or even a few isolated storms. But it's also severe weather season. So when we have these warm-ups, when we have these spikes, sometimes that can trigger some stronger storms. So next week, we know that there could be some changes in the weather pattern. We're also several days out. You guys know how that goes. This can change very dramatically, up or down, but we're seeing some type of difference here. Next week's also going to be really important because it's Memorial Day weekend. So maybe you're thinking you're packing up your family, you're heading out to the lake, you're going camping, you're doing something fun, maybe just inviting people over for a barbecue. Just stay close to our team. We're going to keep you up to date with that forecast. And then today's Thursday, so of course we had an update with our drought monitor. Couple of things that I want to highlight here. is that last week and really weeks prior, North Carolina, we actually were in the exceptional zone. It was only about a 1% chance, or 1% of it was under that exceptional level, and that's the highest that you can possibly go. Now we don't have that anymore, so no part of North Carolina is under that exceptional drought anymore. As far as the extreme goes, still, I mean, those numbers are very high, and even for South Carolina, no changes when it comes to that exceptional zone. So that's kind of the southern half of South Carolina where that dark burgundy is. 5% still there. Extreme has dropped slightly, but bottom line, this is exactly what we were anticipating, that there would be at least a little bit of a dent, but again, not nearly as much as we need. We need several days where we can have slow, steady rain where it's just kind of gloomy and dreary and not that heavy downpour and then it's gone, but seriously, just where it rains kind of nonstop for multiple days. And in this, you can see it's nowhere in sight. Here's the Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. So kind of spring-like today and tomorrow. We'll take it. And then it's going to feel like summertime heading into the weekend, heading into next week. And then Wednesday, remember, that's the day that we'll start to reintroduce those rain and storm chances. But just take it with a grain of salt because we are so far away from there. A lot of things can change. But I know a lot of people will really have their eyes on this, not this upcoming weekend, but next weekend, because it is going to be that extended holiday weekend. So lots to talk about, ladies, but
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the nice weather today.
Yes,
Same.
today is going to be great. Today, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Today,
Yeah.
tomorrow. All right. Enjoy the lake.
Thank you.
As well.
Right back at you.